all I heard all fall long, all through October was, wah, wah, it's never this warm through October. It's never this warm through October. It's so hot. It's so miserable. It's so humid. Where's my fall? Where's my fall? Well, fall's over, motherfuckers, and now it's frigid. It's freezing. It's unbelievably cold every day, under 30 degrees, huge winds, massive, massive snow issues in New York City, where I actually know someone who knows someone who was stuck driving home for 6 hours because the weather was so terrible. We've had freezing rains here, people without power, which often means people without heat in this terrible cold weather, and it's not even Thanksgiving yet. It's awful. That's my opinion. What's yours? 412-4072-PGH. It's 412-407-2744. You can text us there at River Talk PGH on Twitter. And, of course, in the Facebook live feed, I'm Brian Crawford. This is Jay Cooper on River Talk on the River's Edge Radio Network at riversedgepgh.com, broadcasting from Mr. Small's studio. And on your Alexa, just say, Alexa, play the River's Edge station on TuneIn to get the River's Edge right there on your smart speaker. Jay, you don't like the cold. I know you're a kindred spirit. We're both bitches. Somebody was saying about whiners and criers and acting like it's negative 400 degrees, and I said, excuse me, but I will always cry, I will always whine, and I will always bitch when it goes below 65. Well, and I'll keep whining until it becomes spring.
Yeah.
And then I'll whine about the allergies.
I'm with you. I'd rather bitch about the allergies than bitch about the cold.
Well, that's true.
Seriously.
I'll take that any day.
Normally, I don't I don't like the cold, and usually when it's cold out, I stay in. But when the weather interferes with me doing what I need to do, which is like the situation I had last night, where I was trying to get to the Improv for the comedy contest.
Wait, this is an important story. Okay, say this again. It's cold out. You can't get to the Improv, right?
Yeah, it was snowing so bad that when I was pulling out of my driveway, I was starting to skid, And I said to myself, oh, shit, man, I can't even leave my driveway. I can't even go out on the street. There was snow everywhere. It was bad. Even with all-wheel drive, I'm a new driver, y'all, so I did not want to take that risk. So it was so bad that I decided to put the car back in the driveway and not head out to the Improv that way. So I tried to do a Lyft. Lyft didn't want to pick me up. So I tried to go for Uber. Uber didn't want to pick me up. So now I'm staying at the house, and I'm pissed because I can't get to the Improv to perform for the preliminary comedy contest that I've been going every year for the last 4 years.
Making the finals every year as well.
Yeah. 4 years in a row, making it to the finals. And this would have been my 5th year if I had made it last night. And I'm just very upset about it. I tried to see if I can reschedule for the next show.
And what happened? Tell us what happened when you tried to reschedule.
Well, what happened, and you know what? Shout out to my man T-Road, man. The guy who hosts he hosts the comedy contest every year, and this year it's different. It's a new Improv, new corporate people, new management, new rules. They got their hands in everything. So Robe don't have that that power like he used to. The finagle and stuff. So he couldn't get me in. They were very strict about it. They said that if I didn't make it there on time, which was 8 o'clock, like when the show started, if I didn't make it, I was going to be disqualified. And that's what they did.
Is it possible?
They disqualified me.
Is it possible that people beyond T-Robe, top men, top women at the Improv, are trying to sabotage Jay Cooper because they know that he would easily sweep the best comedian in Pittsburgh? Do you not think that it is odd that you made the final so many years in a row, but were not able to capture that ultimate prize, and now this year, with another year of training, another year of preparation under your belt, you were disqualified due to a technicality? Do you not think that it is odd, that it is suspicious, that there is something afoot at the Improv to keep Jay Cooper from his prize?
Yes! All that shit, man.
So you were saying that Jay Cooper is the best...
I wasn't even thinking about that until you brought it up.
So Jay Cooper is the best comedian in Pittsburgh, who is being sabotaged by top people within the comedy industry to hold you down, keep you down, man. The man is keeping you down, not letting you rise to the top, where Jay Cooper, the best comedian in Pittsburgh, feels that he should be. Is that what you're saying?
Damn right.
That's exactly what you're saying.
You know what? This is something I didn't even mention this. Okay. Wednesday night, they had the preliminary also. That was the night that Howie D. Mack was in, and he advanced. Shout out to my man Howie D. Mack.
Howie D. Mack has made it?
That's right. He advanced. He made it through. He was funny as hell. Now, here's what happened, and I like to think that it was probably this mistake that they fixed, which is probably what could have made Howie advance. See, what happened was everybody gets to vote. You know, they got the little voting ballots. This year, you get to vote up to 8 comedians because there were 16 of them. All right? Now, at the end of the show, like after all the comedians go up, then they send a headliner to talk for like 10, 15 minutes, so that way they can tally up all the ballots and everything. But they didn't grab all the ballots. They forgot the first 2 rows.
Oh,
the
my
front
goodness.
rows.
Wow.
Who? How the fuck do you forget?
How do you miss those?
How do you forget the front? I'm in the front row with my mom, with Trey Matthews, and we're sitting up there in the front, and we're like, dude, you didn't collect our shit.
Yeah, and that's people who are voting for Howie.
Right, so that's like 50-something ballots that they had to collect and start all over. Now, here's what happened. Aaron Kleiber, funny guy, he closed the show, but now they needed another comedian to kill some time so that way they can retally the ballots. Who did they look for? Me.
Jay Cooper.
They came to me.
Interesting.
They asked me if I wanted to go up.
The man that they blocked, the man that they sabotaged, the man that they put down, the man who they said we're not even going to give a chance to. Now they're calling on you to collect the ballots for another potential winner.
Right. I went up on stage.
Do you think there's someone in the background writing in new ballots, throwing in new submissions, throwing out weird signatures?
Well, I tell you what, I know one thing. Okay, there wasn't 16 comics that night.
Do you demand a recount?
Say what?
Do you want a recount?
Damn right.
Do you want a manual count?
No, this is what I want. This is what I really
We're
wanted them to do.
We're getting all up in this bitch here in the improv.
Had I known it was going to do that, I should have said, okay, look, there was supposed to be 16 comics that Wednesday. Only 15 was there, so they should have just threw me in there. Since that one dude didn't show up, I don't even know who that guy is.
But they're afraid of you. They know that you'd make your way to the top.
Oh yeah.
They couldn't take the chance.
They knew that it was my year. They knew that this was my year this time. I mean, 4 years in a row. Come on. Even Robe was upset that I couldn't make it. Like, because he's so used to it.
Yeah.
The improv comedy contest would not be the same without me. Let's
Without
just keep
Jay
it real,
Cooper.
okay? They've been doing the comedy contest for 8 years now, and this would have been my 5th year doing it. Okay.
You made it to the finals every year?
Every year. I'm basically a staple of the improv comedy contest regime or whatever the fuck you want to call it, all right? So by them disqualifying me without even really giving me a chance, and because of my situation, I thought that was kind of fucked up. I mean, I get it. It's a business thing. I get it. But still, at the same time, I feel that, there's treachery. There's something going on. They're trying to hold me back, Brian.
They're holding you down.
They're holding me down.
The man's putting you
this
down.
Was
he won't give you the
my
chance.
Year.
This is your year. But they're afraid of Jay Cooper. They're afraid of the man who will rise to the top.
Yeah. But now that I'm out, I still got, being the funny comedian I am, I have other shit going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm booked all month. I'm booked all through December. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I was a little bummed yesterday. I was a little pissed off. I even called off work this morning because I didn't feel like hearing anybody's
After this year, they'll be calling you.
Right. So I figured let's let it boil over the weekend, and then Monday they'll forget all about it. So for those who did come to the improv to see me, if you made it out there and I wasn't there, I apologize that I couldn't. I posted it on Facebook. And I posted on Instagram, but for those who came out to see me and I wasn't there, I apologize. So, but hey, I'll be back. There's always next year.
It's always next year.
There's always next year, and I got a whole bunch of shit going on for the remainder of November, and I got stuff going on in December too, which we'll talk about in the coming weeks and everything. So
412-4072-PGH. That's the number to text. Also at River Talk PGH on Twitter. We've got a few questions for you that we're going to talk about through today's program. First off, I do want to say it is National Fast Food Day. We've got a Cooper's Corner on that. We're going to be getting to. We want to ask you: are you ready for these cold temperatures? It just hit us like I don't know, what did it hit like a train almost, like a winter train. It's terrible.
Because they talked about it. They said the snow was coming. They missed it like 2 days in a row. Like I heard that it hit Erie, but it didn't hit us, and I was like, okay, thank God. We're not going to get it.
Hit us now.
The day that I was going to perform.
That's when it hits.
It's amazing. The night that Howie performed, the night that I performed, You know, because I saved their ass, you know, so they can retally and shit. That, you know, it was nice out that day. But then the day that
Voter
I
fraud
had my
at the
show,
Improv. I'm just putting it out there.
yeah. I mean, kudos to everybody who advanced. Everybody who I voted for made it.
Maybe they wouldn't have
To
if
that
it wasn't for the
Yeah,
recount.
I would like to think that. Yeah, because that was like
Attempted voter
because there was
fraud.
like over 50 ballots that they didn't collect.
Wow.
So that's bad.
Have you ever taken your kid to the mall for Santa pictures? That's another question here. Are you sick of Christmas already? Are you loving the Christmas season? How do you
Yes.
feel about Amazon not coming to Pittsburgh? It's going to 2 different cities, one of them right outside of D.C., the other one in New York City, but not here in Pittsburgh. What are your thoughts there? We've got all sorts of great Facebook comments on all of those questions. And we're going to talk a little bit about a mall experience that I had and what
right.
made me think about the mall Santa Claus. I don't really remember. I had all of these pictures with Santa Claus. There are pictures to prove that it happened, but I really don't remember my experiences. I feel like most people probably don't, but most people with kids, they obviously remember their experiences with their kids. It's a big deal to get your picture taken with Santa Claus as a kid, having your kid do that.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
I do have one fond memory of a Santa. I'll never forget it. I was in Savannah, Georgia at the time when my dad was stationed in Fort Stewart. And, we went to see some Santa that was outside of a mall, and he was black.
Oh, okay.
We still have the picture. I must have been like 7 years old at the time, and I'm sitting on this brother's lap. He's asking me what I want for Christmas. I'm telling him, but I'm skeptic the whole time. I get off his lap. I walk to my parents, and I was like confused. I was like, that is not the real Santa. And my mom was like, what do you mean? How you know that's not the real Santa? I said, Santa's not black. Like, that was the first thing.
What did she say?
I don't even remember. I think she laughed. She laughed, really. I remember her laughing because I've never seen a black Santa before. That was my first time. It really fucked me up. I didn't get it.
Didn't understand.
Yeah.
No, I can understand. That would be confusing. Have you ever been to the Winter Garden at PPG Place? It's one of my favorite places to visit during the Christmas season.
Is that area where people ice skate?
So it's in the same area. That's PPG Plaza.
Okay.
The Winter Garden is inside of PPG 1. It's this big indoor garden.
Okay.
And in that garden, so you've never been there? They have this giant, beautiful Christmas tree that is surrounded by gingerbread houses. The entire place has gingerbread houses that are made locally in Pittsburgh by different organizations. And then it's also surrounded by statues of different Santa Clauses from all over the world, different variations of Santa Clauses. It's
wow.
really fascinating to see the different types. There are women Santa Clauses, black Santa Clauses, Asian Santa Clauses from all over the world. All of the Santas unite right at the Winter Garden. It's really, really cool. That starts tonight. It is light up night for those of you.
Yeah, it's light up night. For those who didn't see the lights flashing all around through downtown and stuff, if you're in the Mount Washington area looking down, you'll see how, just thank your lucky stars that you're not caught up in that traffic. 'Cause
Yeah.
I had a bitch of a time just coming here.
Yeah, one of these days I'd like to visit, but I feel like it's probably too many people for my interest. I don't like that many people, if that makes sense. I only like
I'm with you.
limited amount of people.
There was too many people out there for me, and it was bad. I had to catch it. I caught a T downtown, and I felt like I was in a can of sardines because like it was filled all the way up to the front. So I'm like basically almost sitting on the driver's lap. That's how. Yeah, that's how tight it was. It was.
I'm only going to say a little bit about Amazon because I'm going to save that for Sunday. So the city finally released the report.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that on Sunday when I have a chance to actually read through the report. It's a 70-plus page report I'm going to read through. So I want to make sure I have all of the information before I start commenting on it.
Okay.
I will say that it doesn't matter that the report is released now. The fact is that the mayor's office completely ignored 2 judges' orders to make the information public in advance of Amazon's decision. I feel that this mayor who ran on transparency, it's a slap in the face to the voters who put him in office. And we're going to talk a little bit about that on Sunday's show. The only thing I will say is the response on Facebook has been very negative. Well, I should say very positive. Very positive about Amazon not coming here. Negative towards the idea that they would come here. Everyone says dodge a bullet or this or that. The one status comes from Chandra, which I really appreciate. She says, I feel like my rent price appreciates that they didn't come here. And I think that's definitely the truth.
Yeah.
You look at Seattle, where there's a huge homeless population, much of which is allegedly the fault of Amazon moving in, jacking the prices way up as wages inflate, often wages from people who live outside of the Seattle area. So I think that's definitely a big point to consider about Amazon not moving into Pittsburgh and the affordability of the city that we live in. We're also going to talk about the mayor's travel on Sunday, too, and we have some really, really great discussions with Tori Shinneman, who's done a study on voter suppression or voter recount in Florida.
All right.
And we're also going to talk with Zach Fell and Jonathan Kilback of the Metal Edge, celebrating 1 year of the Metal Edge here in Pittsburgh, Metal Radio at metaledgepgh.com. So all of that is on this coming Sunday show. Don't forget the questions of the day. Have you taken your kid to a mall for Santa pictures? Are you sick of Christmas and the holiday season, or are you loving it? And what are your thoughts on these cold temperatures? Some people love it. I am not one of them. I know you are not either.
And one of the questions was, are you sick of Christmas already?
Yes.
Was that one? Okay, now.
Well, let's save that.
Yeah, we'll save it. We'll save it because I actually want
we're going to get into Cooper's Corner.
On.
We're going to get into Cooper's Corner, and that's right now here on the River's Edge.
Yeah, I like this one. Here we go. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Cooper's Corner. Yeah. I decided to do a little something different this time.
That's
and of course, I wanted to supply people with this. I wanted to make sure that you get some of this. I want to make sure that I got some of this. I want to make sure that you guys get some of this. And what I'm throwing at y'all is ketchup. We need ketchup, y'all. Ketchup is very important. Ketchup could get your ass whooped if you don't serve it to people. Just like this person who we had to deal with on here. Hold on. This is crazy. About a woman who basically got into a fight with a McDonald's manager over ketchup. That was the biggest issue.
So she was angry because she didn't get enough ketchup? Or?
She didn't get any ketchup. She didn't get
any ketchup. Now, did she specifically request ketchup?
Well, apparently she requested for the ketchup at the drive-thru. She was at the drive-thru. Police are seeking this woman. We don't have a name for this woman. They're seeking a woman.
Wow, she went behind the counter and everything.
Yeah. So this woman, she not only pushed, but she punched and she choked this McDonald's manager.
Oh my gosh!
All because she wanted ketchup. This happened at Santa Ana, California. The assault. This actually took place a little over 2 weeks ago, but they finally put it on a national level. I guess they're trying to find this woman, and there is footage out there for those who want to, just click on, just chime in McDonald's over ketchup. You'll find the video about that. The video was released by the police, and it shows the woman attacking the manager after she was told that she couldn't be in the building. So my understanding is probably what I'm thinking. If she wasn't allowed in the building, it was probably because the restaurant itself was closed, something like that. Because why would she? Not be allowed to go in. But anyway,
she's crazy.
That probably too. So she came in, right, and she went in through the employee door, and she proceeded.
She must be a former employee, because how would you know where the employee door is?
Everybody knows where the door is. It's the one that's closest to the front counter. Yeah, everybody knows that, but not many people are so bold to just walk through the door though, and to come right at the woman at the drive-thru. And this woman was insane, grabbing her hair, slamming her up against the pop machine, slamming her up against the freaking the milkshake machine.
Maybe they tried to give her Hunts. I have no problem with Hunts, but a lot of people, they hate Hunts.
I'm more of a Heinz man myself, and I think a lot of people would agree with me on that. The footage shows other employees trying to help, pull this woman off of their manager. And then it shows footage of another man who came in also to retrieve the woman who was pulling on the manager, and they both escaped. So there's footage of the man and the woman. If you know who they are, and for those, this is a shout out to everybody in fast food, whether it's Arby's, whether it's Wendy's, whether it's Burger King, have your ketchup on stock. If they come at you and they ask for ketchup, if anybody asks for ketchup, make sure you have some, okay? Don't make them come in there and whoop your ass. That's all I'm going to say.
I've never had that experience with ketchup. I usually don't have any issues getting enough ketchup.
Yeah, they give me a shit full of ketchup.
My issue is when you go to the diner And I've been driven to a lot of frustration, never to go and assault someone, but a lot of frustration. Maybe this woman, maybe I need to bring her in.
Mm-hmm.
But so many diners, you get pancakes, and they give you just this little
of that
cup,
syrup,
like this baby cup, almost a shot glass size of syrup for these pancakes. Not nearly enough. And you got to ask for more, and they come out with another little cup. It's like, just give me the damn bottle, because I don't know about you, but I drown my pancakes in syrup.
Yeah.
And a little cup is not going to do it. It's just not enough. And it drives me so insanely angry that I have to, especially when you get it to go and you get back to the place and there's like not even enough syrup to wet your tongue, let alone cover a pancake, and you've got these two massive pancakes with no syrup. Who can eat pancakes with syrup? It's like when you go to get spaghetti and they give you a little tablespoon of sauce on top of the spaghetti. Oh my God, how can you deal with that?
I actually dealt with that one time. I was on a trip with a lady, and we stopped at a McDonald's, and we ordered breakfast, and she ordered the hotcakes, and she was like, "Oh my God, they didn't put no syrup in the bag for the hotcakes. Oh well, I'll just eat them the way it is." And I said, "No, fuck that. Turn around. Let's go back in there and let's get the syrup." Who the hell eats a dry pancake? Like, you can't eat a pancake by itself. Oh, I find it interesting that they put the butter in it, though. They put the butter in there.
Yeah, there's a million things of butter.
But yeah, they'll give you like 3 or 4 of those. But then, like, how the hell are you gonna forget the syrup, though? That's the first thing you grab is the syrup. I'm sorry that I made her turn around. Shit, I wasn't even in my car. And we was like in a rush. But I said, you know what, baby, no, because you're gonna bitch about that the whole ride that you didn't get syrup. So no, I ain't trying to hear that the whole trip. So yeah, let's go back and get the syrup.
So the other day, I had left work, and as you know, the ice rain came through.
Yeah.
And I had to get home from work. I didn't feel like dealing with the traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm driving through. There's all this traffic backing up to 28. So instead of making my turn, I go up onto McKnight Road. And I needed to get to the Apple Store. I was having so many issues with this phone. Brand new phone. Face ID stopped working. And then all sorts of chaos ensued from there. But I had to get to the Apple Store. So I drive up there. I actually ran into, what's his name? The guy with the cowboy hat who does the commercials that goes, yeah! That guy?
The guy that sells cars?
Yeah, he was at the Apple Store.
I know that guy, yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I'm there. I end up going to the Apple Store because I'm just on the way. I figured, you know what, I'll just take care of it because I'm heading that direction. So while I'm there, afterwards, I go and get something to eat at the food court. And I'm sitting there, and I see a Santa Claus at the picture taking station. And that's what made me think of this conversation and this talking point.
Okay.
And it was dead there. So he was going out, walking through the mall in that area, talking to kids. And I assume trying to get them to come take a picture with him.
Okay.
And it made me think, can you imagine a mall, and this probably happens, where you have a very transactional Santa. Can you imagine? You get into the mall, you walk into the mall, and you're overwhelmed with the smell of cheap candles, bad scents, a little bit of good popcorn smell, but most burnt popcorn, old popcorn, bad candles, terrible artificial cinnamon smells to try to make you feel like spending more money, cheap commercial, terrible Christmas music playing on the loudspeaker.
Oh God!
Tons of people bumping into each other, elbows, shoulders, crashing into one another, shopping bags galore, 2 floors of chaos, tacky Christmas decorations.
And a bunch of dirty kids who just love to touch shit, just touching everything. Yeah.
And you walk through the mall, and you get to the center with a grand old tree filled with more tacky decorations and nasty tinsel and Christmas vomit.
Yeah.
And at the foot of the tree is a throne.
Okay.
For the jolly old man himself, Kris Kringle. But he's not there. Nobody's getting the picture. So you see him working the crowd, going up to kids, tapping them on the shoulder. Oh, hello, little Johnny. What would you like for Christmas? Little Johnny stands there. His eyes light up. Or little Susie, whoever. Eyes light up. Santa says, little Susie, would you like your picture with Santa? Little Susie's beside herself. The parents are looking at the prices and going, oh, my God. Because we're talking about $30 for a little Polaroid, right? So he asked Little Susie, what would you like for Christmas? And Little Susie begins to say that she'd like a little My Little Pony. But in mid-sentence, Santa puts up his finger, and he says, Little Susie, miracles don't happen for nothing. It's going to be $35.99 in a little picture on at Santa's chair. Little Susie looks up to Mommy, and Mommy kind of gives her that, ooh, it's a little pricey. We're going to go to the discount pharmacy down the street, get Santa's picture there. Santa gives Susie a look. I can't make any promises.
Right.
I got to make a living somehow, babe. And little Susie, a tear drops from Susie's eye, and Santa says, Christmas may just not happen this year.
Aww.
And the mother, overwhelmed with grief, pulls out the wallet, pulls out the card, and makes Christmas happen for $35.99. I could just see that, a Santa roaming the mall, bringing kids in, conning the parents.
That's sad.
I think it's a great business model.
It's my first time hearing that a Santa is actually
roaming the mall.
Yeah, the people come to Santa. Santa don't come to you. Like,
why not?
That's a little weird.
Santa's a businessman. Someone's got to feed the reindeer. Someone's got to take care of the elves, right?
I guess, but that's why he had so many servants. You would have thought they would have sent the elves down there. That would have made more sense to me.
Well, Santa's got to keep it fit. He's got to get through the chimneys.
Like, you get these short-ass people that walk up to children that's the same height as them and say, hi, we're elves. We work for Santa. Would you like to take a picture with Santa? Would you like to tell Santa that you've been a good boy or a good girl?
So you're saying that Santa is too much of a big shot to do the grunt work himself. So he would send his minions out to con people into paying.
He shouldn't have to do it. But, there's a shortage of elves these days, so I can kind of understand that. We need more midgets I'm sorry. Little people. So we need more of them.
Is that the better term, little people? Because I
don't know. I like midget.
I just feel like, because they say that, like, little people's less insulting, but to me it's, like, almost more insulting. Like, I don't know, because I'm not, obviously I'm not a little person, but I don't know, to me that just, I wouldn't want to be called a little person. That's almost like saying you're like a child almost, and you're not.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just the way I would see it. I feel like
midget is just this is what they're called. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
I don't see nothing wrong with it. But you hear midget wrestling, you hear midget porn. You don't never hear little people porn or little people wrestling. That's too many syllables. No.
Yeah, I just don't like it.
It's bad. What do you guys think about that?
Have you ever seen a transactional Santa? 412-4072-PGH. Cinnamon says little people is correct. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I guess it doesn't matter what I like.
It's the politically
I'm okay with that because you don't want to just insult people. To me, it just doesn't sound like, I don't know, it just doesn't sound like a very positive thing. Like, I wouldn't want to be called a little person. Maybe there's a better word that we can use that's better than midget, because I know midget is apparently an offensive word, so you don't want to call them something that's offensive. I just know I wouldn't want to be called a little person.
Now,
maybe there's a better word out there.
Well,
is there a better word out there? Everyone's saying that little people's the best word to use.
I've heard that some people use the term vertically challenged.
Yeah, that's better. That's better than little people.
But then
I like that better.
It almost makes them sound like there's something wrong with them.
Yeah, that's
when they
true
say challenge.
That's
you know
true.
What I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, so I don't like that either. Just midget, man. Or short person, shorty. What's happening, shorty?
Shorty, I like better than little person.
Shorty
actually
will work. Now they might want to fight you for that. They might fuck your kneecaps or your shins up by doing that. But
well, you don't want to offend somebody. Like I'm not trying to be offensive. Like I literally just in my mind, I always thought that little person just almost sounds like a negative term.
Right.
It almost sounds like that is almost putting someone down. That's the way if it sounds to me. Obviously, that's not the case, but that's just what it sounds like to me.
It's weird. Like what about tall people? Like, do you call them giants? I mean, if they're over 7 feet tall, Do you call them giants, or you just call them tall?
Well, that's
people?
an interesting point, because why is it considered a good thing to be tall, but a bad thing to be short?
Right.
No, seriously, like, because in our culture, you're always so tall, but you never hear anything positive about someone being short. Well, I guess you do sometimes with some people, like especially with girls, because I know like there are some people who really like petite women, and they're attracted to women who are petite.
I will say something about the little people, midgets, dwarfs, whatever you want to call them. One of the things I really liked about it, especially with the women, they got nice booties. They do. Well, actually, all of them do. The men and the women, they got booties. And I think they need that to balance themselves, Because I've never seen a midget with a flat booty.
Okay.
You'll never see one. If you do know one, send me a Google image. I dare you. I dare you to find one. Find a midget or a dwarf with a flat ass. How about that?
Yeah, do it, please.
Yeah.
So let's look at some of the comments here. So Kyle Bryan says that this cold weather is better than the 100+ weather with humidity. That's his opinion. And he said he's been ignoring Christmas commercials until after Thanksgiving, then bring it on.
Wait, what did he say about the Christmas commercials? What did he say?
He said he's been ignoring them until after Thanksgiving. He says once Thanksgiving is done, then bring it on. I agree. Christmas before Thanksgiving is insulting to one of the best holidays of the year, which is Thanksgiving.
Right. Screw the Pilgrims and screw the Indians, right?
Well, it's not even about that.
I'm just saying. That's what they're teaching the kids.
Oh, you're
anyway.
saying that's what they're doing by ignoring it.
Yeah, they're ignoring that and
here's the thing,
what it's about. And
Thanksgiving is a much deeper history than just the Pilgrims and the Indians. The first official federally, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, the official federally recognized Thanksgiving was actually after the Civil War, after Gettysburg. Abraham Lincoln, the president, made a national day of Thanksgiving.
No kidding.
And that was to thank the soldiers and thank the sacrifice in the Union during the Civil War. I believe it was FDR who made it. Maybe I could be completely wrong on this. I know it was a later president. I feel like it was FDR who made it an actual, like, reoccurring national holiday where it's the same Thursday every year.
Well, if that's true, thanks FDR. I don't know why I'm looking at the camera like dude's been dead for over 50 years, but yeah. But
well,
thank you.
We're honing into his spirit with the fireside chats.
Yes,
that's why.
The spirit of FDR. Yeah, I've always been. Okay, let me tell you something. I love Thanksgiving. It's one of my
a great holiday.
It's one of my favorite holidays. It's a day I'm off work and I get to be with my family. And most people who know me know that I don't go. I don't eat Thanksgiving dinner at home. We go out. The Coopers, we go out to eat. And
Interesting.
Yes, we go to the Chinese buffet every year. We've been doing it for almost 10 years now. It's a family tradition. We always do it on the big holidays. And unfortunately, the Chinese buffet shut down. The one that we've been going to for so many years, it shut down. So if anybody knows any good Chinese buffets in the Pittsburgh area, please post them on here, as well as, answers for the questions that we have for the day. So, because
it's interesting how people's traditions vary so differently. Like, I couldn't imagine going out for Christmas because I'm just so used to doing.
Well, you know what? See, it's like if there was more, it's just me and my folks in Pittsburgh. See, all my family's in Buffalo. So
that's true.
Right. So if we went back home, there'd be this big giant dinner and everything. And
we had
all the fixings,
most hood rat Christmas dinners. Speaking of hood rat, this is my own hood rat.
Speak on it.
Can I give my own hood rat of the week?
Oh yeah, please do.
My hood rat of the week would be it's definitely the Christmas dinner. We would have these huge family Christmas dinners, and they were always at my grandmother's house. And she had this giant hallway. It was almost like a banquet-size room that we would all sit at, and so many people would come there. We're talking, probably 25, 30 people that would show up for Christmas dinner.
That's a lot of people.
So we decided to take over Christmas dinner one year, and it was way too many people in our small house. So the next year we did it, we actually had it out in our garage. We have a heated garage. We put down a carpet, in the garage, put a Christmas tree up. One year when I worked at Plantscape, I brought in all of these old poinsettias that they were going to throw away. We had Christmas lights all over. The heater was on in the garage. We played Christmas music, and it was literally Christmas in the garage. But the space was about the size of a small banquet room. Everybody, and it was actually better than at my grandmother's house because instead of one long hallway, this was a square room, and everyone was able to see each other. And it was probably the most comfortable Christmas dinners that we would have with 30-plus people in a room.
Okay.
Super nice.
Man. In a garage.
In a garage. Christmas in a garage.
That is awesome, and that is definitely some hood rat type stuff. I love it.
That's hood rat stuff. I love it. Yeah. I mean, it was the most. It was like we always.
I'm feeling that.
We always talked about Jeff Foxworthy, and we always were like, this would be the Jeff Foxworthy Christmas.
Yes.
The Christmas in a garage.
Yeah. Thank you, Cinnamon. Thanksgiving gets some
love.
So
our friend Mary Mack of the Mary Mack Baking her Bakehouse podcast, which was fantastic, great recipe podcast. She gave me the shirt that was the baking bread shirt that I wore at the PodCon. She says that she loves Christmas, and I appreciate her comments. She says, I love Christmas and the entire holiday season, but after a month of Christmas carols on the radio, I'm pretty tired of it. Well, Mary, you can always listen to riversedgepgh.com for a better alternative, or, of course, the Metal Edge if you're into the heavier side of Pittsburgh local music. But she suggests that it would be nice if stations would only play 1 week before, Christmas music 1 week before, and then 1 week afterwards of Christmas music.
I'm down with that. Here's the thing. I actually do like Christmas music. The only problem is I like it in moderation. I like to listen to it when I want to. Unfortunately, at my job, right after Thanksgiving, they're going to be playing Christmas music all the way up until the new year. Yeah. So listening to Christmas music all day, that gets on your nerves. You hear that shit 6, 7, 8 hours a day, and then you come home and you're hearing Christmas music. I don't want to hear it no more.
No, it's awful.
You know, I'm sick of hearing.
See, it'd be good if they played only the good Christmas music.
Yeah, they'd be playing
Carol of the Bells and things like that, instead of like, I saw mommy kissing Santa. Oh,
yeah,
God, it's awful.
I hear that one a
Terrible.
lot. And they have like 5 different versions, which the Jackson 5 was the best one. But
isn't it like the only good one?
Probably. And then there's that one, that Dominic the Donkey, which I still don't get. Did you hear that one yet?
No, I've never heard of that one.
Give me a ring. It's Dominic the Donkey. Give me a ring. Dominic the Donkey. I'm like, what the hell?
Awful.
Why are they gave the donkey a Mexican name? I don't know.
So Vincent of the P.O. Vincent podcast, he has a great comment here. He says that he was too shy as a kid to get his picture with Santa Claus, so he doesn't have any pictures. My sister was like that as well. She has pictures with Santa Claus, but she did not trust Santa ever.
Okay.
And she never really wanted her picture with it. And I feel like those kids who do that are actually smarter. I feel like they're the smarter kids. Yeah, because it's a stranger. You're going up and sitting on some stranger's lap. You should be uncomfortable. You should feel like this is weird. You should feel like this isn't right. I mean, how gullible are kids like I am who were eager to sit on some random weirdo's lap?
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, if you think about it like that, the shy kids are the smart kids. They're the kids that are less likely to get abducted or something.
You know, I was actually looking on here to see if there was actually they it's only on stuff like Wiktionary and stuff like that. They call it Santaphobia, the fear of Santa Claus.
Oh,
like
wow. That makes sense.
That's kind of a thing. That is kind of a thing. I used to know people that, you know, cried when they sat on Santa's lap because it's like, why am I sitting on this strange man's lap?
Yeah.
You know, he's blowing his hot alcoholic breath in my face because you know he got
I mean, he's got to be drinking.
He has to tolerate all them kids sitting on his lap, all them brats, you know, asking for things that they know they don't deserve. I'm like, see, I was a good kid. I was generally a good kid, and I didn't ask for a lot of stuff because my parents kind of made me humble, you know. Like people be saying, "Oh, you're an only child. You must have been spoiled." No,
I asked for everything.
I was not spoiled.
And I got everything too.
Yeah.
My parents, I don't know how they did it because we were not wealthy at all growing up, but I got everything I wanted. And then some.
You know what? He probably was buying it in moderation throughout the months. Like
Yeah.
he probably started in October, and by December he paid everything off. Like
Do you have any of Santa stories, any mall Santa stories, or let us know what your thoughts are about the Christmas season starting, even though it's not Thanksgiving yet. Light Up Night is tonight, so this is the official start of Christmas or holiday season, whatever you want to call it, here in the Pittsburgh area. Let us know your thoughts. 412-4072-PGH at River Talk PGH. That's Jay Cooper. I'm Brian Crawford. This is the Woohoo Band. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the Hood Rat of the Week right after this.
That song never gets old.
Welcome back. This is
That's
the River's
right.
Edge. Jay Cooper, Brian Crawford on River Talk, riversedgepgh.com.
And it is now time for Hood Rat of the Week, and this one is actually plural. 3 people have made Hood Rat of the Week today. A New Jersey couple and a homeless man have been accused of making up a feel-good story that raised more than $400,000 through a GoFundMe.
Wow.
Yeah. Now I actually know about this story too because it was really big because they went on Facebook Live. It went very viral.
Wow.
Yeah. The couple, their names is Kate McClure and Mark D'Amico, and the homeless man, and I use that term loosely. The homeless man, his name is Johnny Bobbitt Jr. Now the couple have said that they met Bobbitt Jr. when supposedly he gave his last $20 to Kate McClure, who was stranded on the Interstate 95 in Philadelphia, so she could put gas in her car. And then they started this GoFundMe campaign as a way to thank him, like a pay it forward thing. So this pay it forward story/campaign was all predicated on a lie. So, but and this is interesting. After the fees, the proceeds of the campaign netted about $367,000.
Wow.
All deposited into McClure's accounts. And Bobbitt received $75,000 out of that, which I found interesting. I was like, yeah,
See, this is
$75,000.
why
That's all
I
he
don't
got.
like the GoFundMe thing. Like everyone's
Yeah.
asking, like, oh, help fund my surgery, help fund this, help fund that. And I guess it's sad because people can't afford surgery because our situation with healthcare is just so,
It's
so
crappy.
terrible
We
in
need
a
that
lot
Canadian
of ways.
healthcare.
Or we just need some sort of reform.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
Yeah, so $75,000 went to Bobbitt, and then within the months, McClure and D'Amico had pretty much squandered their money, their shares to buy a car, high-end handbags, vacation trips, and also going to casinos to blow their money. So
Wow.
that's what they did. They obviously were caught.
So what, do they
And-
get charged with fraud?
Well, they're facing charges of second-degree theft by deception
Okay.
and conspiracy to commit theft by deception. So,
I see.
So the conspiracy to commit theft, I'm not sure who they're giving that to. I think they may that might be going to Bobbitt Jr., whereas the second-degree theft by deception is probably going to go to the couple.
Well, I can promise you that there's
Yeah.
no deception on Wednesday mornings with Snack. If you're hungry for science, have a snack. You get the latest science headlines from Carnegie Science Center's News and Cues podcast. Find out what's new in science, explore cool science topics, and submit your own burning science questions. Listen to Snack on the River's Edge every Wednesday at 10 a.m. No deception
10 a.m.
there.
Yeah, no deception there. I was really pissed when I saw this story because like I said, I remember that story. I remember that going viral, and I was thinking to myself, oh, that's nice that a homeless dude who only had $20 gave his last $20 to this couple so she can have gas money. I said to myself, that is so nice, the GoFundMe and everything. I did not know that all 3 of them were in it together. And I just recently read an article, in another article about this guy, I found out that Bobbitt Jr. is actually a military vet So, but that has nothing to do with what because he conspired
I
with them.
I will say, though, at least he looks the part.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
How many people do you see on the side of the road asking for change? They've got a brand new shirt every day, new shoes, new hat, looking fly.
Yeah.
Here I am in my 20-some-year-old car without very good brakes because I got to get the brakes fixed. And I'm saving up the money for brakes, and this guy's out there with new Jordans on and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got a brand new backpack. I love it. The one guy down there, the guy who's down on Ohio Boulevard, whatever the hell it is, that street when you come off of 279 to go to the north side, that one right there.
Okay.
He's always there. The one he's there with a Pittsburgh Penguins shirt that you can only get, I mean, we're talking clean, nice looking, you can only get this shirt by going to a Penguin playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got the money for playoff tickets, but he's there bumming cash on the side of the road.
Yeah, there is a lot of fake homeless people out there, man. It's ridiculous.
That's why I don't give to any of them. I give to shelters, things like that.
Right, shelters, Salvation Army, stuff like that.
United Way, they distribute cash.
Every once in a while, because I work in Oakland, and whenever I go to Subway or McDonald's, I see the same guys on the corner of Forbes and Atwood or Forbes and McKee and stuff like that. I see them, and sometimes I'll throw them a couple of dollars, because what's a couple of dollars to me? It's not a big deal. At first,
I give it to people who do something out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Like there was this one guy, I was in Oakland, this is years ago, and he just would hold the door open to everybody, hold his hand out, wouldn't say anything, wouldn't ask for money.
Right.
Like outside, I mean, he's asking for money because he's got his hand out, but he's not saying to you, not speaking to you, oh, can you give me money or this or that, or can you help a man out or whatever. He just was very polite, held his hand out. If someone didn't give him money, he just didn't say anything, and that was it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you did.
I did tip him because I thought he was cool.
I mean, why not? Shit. I mean, I tip guys who hand me paper towels at certain clubs and shit. You ever see those guys?
I hate
those
that.
bathroom
I
attendant
don't like
guys?
that because, you don't need somebody. First off, when's the last time those guys have washed their hands? They're giving you a paper towel. When's the last time they washed their hands, right? They're in this, a lot of times a dingy place. Because a lot of times, it's not even at the nice places where they have this. A lot of times it's at, dingy places. They got some guy in the bathroom, in some nasty-ass bathroom, putting his hands all over these paper towels to give to you to wipe your hands, and then he wants paid for it. He wants paid to give you a dirty paper towel.
Right. Like if he had some gloves on, that would probably be different. But yeah, he pretty much just stand there. But you gotta, I mean, he chose the job, obviously. It ain't like, there's nothing else I could do in my life. He chose that job. But it's got to be a little degrading and a little hard to sit there in a bathroom knowing people are pissing all over the place. People taking dumps, not doing courtesy flushes. The place fucking stinks bad, and they got to stand there and hand out paper towels and candy and cologne. In the bathroom,
it would be cleaner. It never is.
Yeah,
that's just part of your job. Go in and flush the commodes, flush the urinals.
Yeah,
and it's always worse. It's worse there than it is somewhere else. You're paying this guy. You're tipping this guy. The bathroom's not even clean. Yeah, the bathroom's not even clean. And then he wants to give you a breath mint. Oh yeah, let me take a breath mint from the shitter. Thank you, but no.
Yeah.
No.
It's not my mouth that stings. It's my butt that stings because I just got done.
I hate that because it's just and then you feel obligated to tip this guy. It's like it would have been easier if I'd have just done it myself. I don't want to have a conversation when I'm taking a shit either. And all those people, they put their phones on when they're pooping. How? I don't understand it.
Oh, you mean holding it to their ear and then taking a picture? I'll be like, look, dude, I'm gonna call you back.
You're like, as you're trying to squat one out while you're talking to someone, just put the damn phone down.
Yes.
I don't want to hear it.
I will say that I went to a comedy show at Burn, that the one that's in North Shore. I don't know if you ever heard of that place.
No.
Burn by Patel. It's a nice cigar bar. It's down in the North Shore, right next to Tequila Cowboy. And T-Robe hosts monthly shows down there, comedy shows. And I will say that they have a bathroom attendant at that bathroom, and their bathrooms are actually pretty nice. And they have wipes at all the stalls. Yes, they have wipes.
That's nice.
And
the moist wipes?
Yeah, and like baby wipes, basically. And you know what? I don't even care that it has Sesame Street on the package. You know what I'm saying?
Who cares? Because, wipes are wonderful.
Right.
Man.
And for the men out there, please do not think that it's emasculating yourself by using moist wipe. Okay.
No. No, ass wipes are fantastic.
It is beautiful.
You would be surprised how much you miss with normal paper towels. Right. I always use ass wipes at least once a day.
Right. Think about how much toilet paper you're saving a day by using.
So I don't skimp on the toilet paper either. No, I first use the toilet paper and then I ass wipe afterwards.
Oh no. Yeah, you use the wipes afterwards. But what I'm saying is, like especially if you're having like the diarrhea, if you're having the shits, you're going through almost a half a roll of toilet paper because you're trying to get everything out. Wipe it once or twice, and then get the wipe, and then once you see that there ain't much there, you know that you're wiped properly. There's nothing emasculating about it.
Oh, I still use
it. Keeps my booty fresh and moist, so I'm not worried about that.
I do love ass wipes. I used to keep ass wipes in the studio, but the problem is people will flush them, and they're actually bad to flush. They say that they're flushable, but especially in a city like Pittsburgh that has a very old infrastructure, it's actually not good for your sewage system.
And you know what? My one friend, Brazil, I'm not sure if she's still on. She should be. She was on earlier, but anyway, she used to work at the place I worked at, and she used to get on me because I would use those antibacterial wipes, and like those ones that just list all the bacteria and all that stuff that cleans. So I used to use that to wipe my bum.
Okay.
And she would get on me about that because she said, "Look at the label. You're not supposed to be using that." I said, "Why not? It wipes all this bacteria. Why can't I use this to wipe my ass?" She said, "Look at the label." And it showed a picture of a baby on its knees with a big slash across it. And I said, "Well, what's that mean? I'm not a baby. I'm not using this to wipe a baby's ass. I'm using this to wipe my ass. I'm a grown-ass man. So I'm going to use it." To this day, nothing happened. Worst that could happen, I bleach it.
Bleach your ass?
Yeah. That's the worst thing that could happen. I think
seriously. Really the moral of today's story is...
Oh, God, there's a moral?
Yeah, I think it's, for as bad as winter is, ass wipes are just that damn good. What are you up to this week?
Nothing this week. But next week, I will be performing at the Arcade Comedy Theater. It's called Single Player Stand Up, hosted by Sean Collier. It's going to be me, Alex Topola, Paige Pelesnik, and Aaron Kleiber. So it's going to be a great show. Hope y'all can come out to that next Saturday, Arcade Comedy Theater downtown, 10 p.m. BYOB.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I got tomorrow or Sunday's show. Don't forget to tune into that. I think it's going to be a good time. Tori Shinneman, who I've only ever spoken with Tori. Like, I think she's been on the show once. Has she? Has she been on the show once? She's a fantastic poet, but she's also she's got a mind on her. She's coming into the show. She's going to talk about the recount going on in Florida. Ooh. We also have, as I said, Zach and Jonathan of the Metal Edge coming in to talk about 1 year of streaming metal radio in Pittsburgh.
A year. That is
incredible.
Awesome. That is awesome.
We're going to be talking about Bill Peduto traveling the world, the Amazon deal, why it's not over. Yes, Amazon's not coming here, but the fight has just begun. The fight for transparency, the fight to force UPMC to pay their fair share, and a lot more.
Yeah.
That's coming up.
Are you hearing that, UPMC?
Here, that's Sunday night, right here at riversedgepgh.com. It's going to be a good show. I'm excited for this Sunday show. We got a lot. We got a lot on the plate. So, yeah, and if you have any comments, don't forget, we'll continue to take your comments throughout the week. We've got that new Facebook group, which we really need to get up and rolling.
Yes.
And that is the River Talk Show Talk group. So be sure if you're on the River Talk page at River Talk PGH, you click the group and add yourself to the River Talk Facebook group. That's going to be the way that we kind of communicate and talk throughout the week and give us ideas on things that you would like to hear and things you'd like to talk about. One issue right now we're debating is for the Sunday show. I'm thinking about dumping the weird news segment and bringing in a top 5 segment. So if you like that idea, we'll talk about a wide variety of issues outside of just the normal weird news. My top favorite stories for the week, and that will go outside of the local scope that we usually stick to on the Sunday show. So give us your thoughts there. It's in the River Talk Facebook group, the Show Talk group. You gotta join if you want to talk. You gotta join the group.
That's right.
Get your voice note.
Join us.
And again, you can find that at River Talk PGH on Facebook. That's Jay Cooper. I'm Brian Crawford. This has been the Rivers Edge Radio Network. This is River Talk at riversedgepgh.com. Pittsburgh's voice for local music.
Later, bitches!